Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel I Love Math with Miss Jen. For today's lesson, we will learn how to simplify fractions. We will be using factoring method in simplifying fractions. Like for example, we have 10 over 45. Step 1, factor numerator and denominator. So our numerator is 10 and the factor of 10 is 5 and 2. And our denominator is 45 and the factor of 45 is 9 and 5. Step 2, cancel out the common factors. So here, our common factors here is 5. So we will cancel out 5. Step 3, rewrite the remaining factors. So the remaining factors here for our 10 is 2 and for our 45 is 9. So we will rewrite that one and that will be our answer. We will know that the fraction is already on its simplest form when the numerator or denominator is already in the prime factor. Prime factor meaning the only number that can multiply to that number is 1. So for example here we have 2 over 9. 2 is a prime factor of 10 because we cannot factor 2 furthermore because the only number we can factor for 2 is 1. But here in our denominator, which is 9, we can still factor 9. The factor of 9 is 3 and 3. But we will not do it anymore because we have already get the prime factor of our numerator. Example number 2, 35 over 56. Step 1, factor numerator and denominator. So factor of 35 is 7 and 5. And for our 56 is 8 and 7. So the step 2, cancel out common factors. So our common factors here is 7. So we will cancel out 7 and step number 3 is rewrite the remaining factor. So the remaining factors of 35 is 5 and for 56 is 8. So this will be our final answer. So 5 over 8 is already in the simplest form because 5 is a prime factor of 35. Example number 3, 30 over 36. Step 1, factor numerator and denominator. So we have 30. So the factor of 30 is 6 and 5. And for our denominator, which is 36, and the factor of 36 is 6 and 6. So cancel out the common factor. So we will cancel out 6, but we cannot cancel out all the 6. When we cancel out factors, it should be pairs. It should be in pair. So we cannot cancel out all the 6 here down here. Only one pair. So our remaining factors is 5 and 6. So this will be in our simplest form, 5 over 6. But it doesn't mean that we rewrite the numbers of our numerator in denominator or we simplify our fraction. It doesn't mean it's changed its value. It's the same value as of 30 and 36. We just rewrite it in a simplest form. Next example. We have 20 over 35. So factor step 1, factor numerator and denominator. So factor of 20 is 4 and 5 and for 35 is 5 and 7. So let's cancel out the common factors which is 5. So we will cancel out 5 and the remaining factors are 4 and 7. So our final answer is 4 over 7. As I said earlier, we will know that our fraction is in simplest form if numerator or denominator is in prime factor. Like for example, here our denominator is 7 and this is a prime factor of 35 because we cannot factor furthermore number 7. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. 10 over 24. So step 1, factor numerator and denominator. So our numerator is 10 and the factor is 5 and 2. And for our denominator, which is 24, the factor is 2 and 12. So cancel out 2 and the remaining factors are 5 and 12. So we have our answer 5 over 12. And the last example, we have 3 over 24. As you notice here, our numerator is already already a prime factor. So we cannot factor furthermore 3 because the only number that can multiply to 3 is 1. So 3 over 24. So our factor for 3 is 3 and 1, and for 24 we have 8 and 3. So cancel out the common factors and we have remaining factors, which is 1 and 8. So this will be our answer, the simplest form. Here guys, if you know how to get the great common factor, the greatest common factor, and it will be easy for you. Here, I know that 5 is the greatest common factor of 20 and 35. So you can simply use division method in simplifying fractions. Like for example, I know that 5 is the greatest factor of 20 and 35. So 20 divided by 5 is 4 and 35 divided by 5 is 7. So it will give you the same answer. And here, 10 over 24, the greatest common factor is 2. So I will divide 10 divided by 2 is 5 and 24 divided by 2 is 12. And for this last example, we have 3 over 24. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So if you use the greatest common factor and if it's easy for you to simplify fractions, it's okay. But it will give you the same answer. That's all for today, guys. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, please subscribe, like, and share. My name is Miss Jen and I love math. See you!